bakers and bakerettes. How are you today? I hope everyone is having an amazing Friday, an awesome end to an awesome week, as I am, right? Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my space. Welcome to the Epic Bakes. I greatly appreciate you guys for allowing me to enter into your space and to bake, cook, or prep your day my way. All right? So with that being said, today I am going to prep and bake. It's not a long drawn out recipe, but it's one that I use to make some energy bars, and I have perfected it to now I can make brownies, but I do have to bake those. Okay? So today I'm going to prepare, along with you, some oatmeal walnut brownies. Okay? So the ingredients, as you can see, I've already have placed before me, and in the intro I showed you all those, but I didn't pre-measure them. Okay? So now what we're going to do is pre-measure, and we're going to fold everything in. So the first thing we're going to start with is that I'm going to use some creamy peanut butter. Doesn't matter which brand, creamy peanut butter. Now, if you don't want to use walnuts and you have a peanut allergy, you can use any nut butter. You can use the sunflower butter. But if you have a nut allergy, use the sunflower butter. But if you don't like peanut butter, you can use almond butter, right? So they all work the same, and you just change the name. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to add. Let me get a bigger spoon for it. It's going to be 1/3 cup of creamy peanut butter. And if you like peanut butter and you like peanuts and you don't want to do almonds, you can just use the crunchy peanut butter. Whichever you prefer. Okay? I think that's a good 1/3. So 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter. And I did prep the pan, this measuring pan, so measuring cup, so that the peanut butter will come out. You need to make sure that you prep it so that you can get all of your peanut butter. Okay. So I've got 1/3 cup of peanut butter, or almond butter, or sunflower butter, whichever butter you use. Okay. And if you want to, you can also use the cookie butter. Then to this, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. And you can use whatever syrup you want to use. I have a lot of maple here, and I like the butter maple. But you can use, as I said before, whatever syrup you have. Blackburn, just a regular syrup. You can use the maple butter maple, blackstrap molasses, cane, whatever syrup you have on hand. It's going to work. So you have a 1/3 cup of your creamy peanut butter, or whatever nut butter you'd like. And of course you have 1/2 cup of maple syrup. And you're gonna mix this. You can get a whisk out if you like to. I just take a wooden spoon, but you can get a whisk out and you can whisk it to mix it. And so you mix it until the syrup is mixed in, the butter becomes the peanut butter or nut butter becomes very, very creamy. You can double this recipe if you would like, or triple it or quadruple it. I'm only gonna make 8-inch pan, which is enough for a small group of maybe 1, 2, maybe at a max 4 to 5 people. But if you have more than that, you can also double it or triple it, quadruple it, to make more. So as you can see, the peanut butter and the maple syrup is very well incorporated together. You don't even see the syrup anymore. It just makes the peanut butter even that much more creamy. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is you want to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Of course, I'm using Watkins. And I preheated my oven, so of course you can hear it letting me know that it's ready. Then I'm gonna just mix the vanilla extract in with the creamed syrup and peanut butter. Now at this point, you want to add your milk. And you want to make sure that you use 2 cups of milk, okay? I'm using 2 cups of whole milk, as you can see, but you can use 2 cups of any milk. Now, if you would like to use salt, I always tell you that it's optional. You can use 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You can add it in. So now I'm just going to, again, you can use the whisk, and I probably should get my handheld blender out and do the whisk, but I'll see what I can do. It should mix in very quickly because the peanut butter is already creamy. Alright, so I've got everything incorporated well together here. I'm going to put you on a brief pause because I'm going to pull out my handheld blender and whisk this, so hang tight. Okay, I did have to pull out my handheld blender with the whisk on it and whisk it. And now you have peanut butter and maple syrup milk. Okay, everything becomes uniformly mixed. The next thing I'm going to add here is going to be 2 cups of oats. And again, I have the old-fashioned rolled oats. Do not use the steel oats. They're so tough. They will not become tender. So you're going to need 2 cups of your rolled oats. So that's 1 cup. And I have a lot of recipes that are oatmeal based that I've been working on, and I'll get to them eventually. For those of us who are trying to eat just a little bit healthy, kind of watching our diet, especially when it comes to the dessert category. And you can buy the oatmeal flour, or you can grind your oats and make it oat flour, which is a little healthier. Right, so you got your 2 cups of oats. And so now I'm just going to stir them to get them incorporated into my 2 cups of milk, or my peanut butter maple syrup milk, because that's basically what it becomes once you mix it and whisk it all together. So the next thing I'm going to add is going to be 1/4 of a cup of cocoa, and I'm using the Hershey's Special Dark cocoa, cocoa as they say it. Let me just tap it so I can get it all mixed up. So you need 1/4 of a cup. It's plenty enough. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of your ground or milled flax seeds. So you need 1 tablespoon. And then I need 1 teaspoon of bacon. I need baking powder. I got the baking soda. Hold on just a moment. Alright, so I need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then for the baking soda, of course, you know, you can add 1/2 teaspoon. 1 So then I'm going to mix it first because I don't want the chocolate to fly out of the bowl and have a flour bath. So I'm going to stir it with a wooden spoon first, and then I'm going to whisk it. Okay, so everything seems to be mixed in. I don't have any cocoa sitting on top. So now I'm going to turn on my whisk, and I'm going to whisk this. Okay, that's whisked pretty good. I just want to make sure that my chocolate gets mixed in well. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want it to fly in the bowl because you have more milk. All right, so the next thing I'm going to add is going to be 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. And I'm using Ghirardelli Premium Bacon Grand Chips. These are your semi-sweet chocolate chips. So you need 1/3 of a cup. I'll put a good heaping 1/3 of a cup. Okay. And I told you that I'm going to call this an oatmeal walnut chocolate chip brownie. So now I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of walnuts. Now with the walnuts, I do want these to be a little bit smaller than what they are. So I'm going to take out my knife here and I'm going to chop these up right quick. And my counters are clean. I just want to be just a little bit smaller. These are just shelled walnuts, which are like halves. But I want them to, I'm just going to quarter the halves. Okay. I think that's about good enough. I don't want them too small. Okay. So then I'm going to put the walnuts in. And we're about ready to place it in the oven. Right. So I'll just fold my walnuts in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my baking pan. I'm spraying the sides, the bottom, and all 4 of the corners because this is an 8-inch square baking pan. Make sure you spray it very well and make sure you get all the corners. Okay? So now I'm going to just simply transfer from my mixing bowl to my baking pan my oatmeal walnut chocolate chip brownie mix. And you know, bowls all have a spout on them so you can pour from that in so that it doesn't splatter. So I'm just gonna transfer it into my pan. These are very, very quick recipes that you can do like when you're preparing dinner and you want something for dessert, because they can be actually baking while you are, or even setting for the no bakes while you are actually eating dinner. Okay, and I'm just gonna stir it, make sure my chips and my walnuts kind of all go evenly distributed through. All right, so now I have everything prepared and ready to go in the oven. And I am baking them on 350 degrees Fahrenheit for roughly about, did I adjust my time? About 40 minutes, roughly. All right, so as you guys know, you do have to check on it within 30 minutes because oven temperatures vary, as I always say. So after 30 minutes, I'll check it, and 35 minutes, I'll check it and see if I need an additional 5 minutes for the 40, all right? So I'm gonna place you on a brief pause while they bake, and I'll bring you back when it's ready to be removed from the oven. So hold on. Okay, everyone, it's been 40 minutes and it is time to remove the oatmeal walnut chocolate chip brownies from the oven. Okay. And I've already checked them, so I know they're ready. So it's gonna be brown, of course, but they're ready, okay? So now what you would like to do is, I'm just gonna let this cool. It came out really good. Has a lot of chocolate on the sides. I'll show it to you there, okay? So now I'm just gonna allow these to cool. And I'm gonna allow these to cool completely down, because now you can serve these once they cool and straight out of the pan as they are, or you can sprinkle some powdered sugar on top, or if you would like to put a frosting like vanilla frosting, a chocolate or a chocolate ganache, buttercream whipped, if you want to use a cream cheese, any kind of frosting that you would like to do, you can actually use that. But on the last bake, I told you that I made a lot of the ermine frosting, which is the milk with the flour, which is the original frosting that is much lighter and less sweeter than like the buttercream or the whipped. And I told you that I was going to use it for some brownies that I was going to make. Well, I still have some, and I'm going to whip this one last time, and I'm going to, when these cool down, I'm going to add this ermine frosting to these brownies. All right, so while these are cooling, we'll just chat for a moment. As you can see, I have used this recipe before. I've kind of gotten away from like always using flours, any type of flour, whether it's the all-purpose. I don't really use self-rising, but even like you can use almond flours to substitute. You can use oatmeal flour, as I said earlier, to substitute and make it a healthier recipe. So I'm kind of getting away from using flour for the base of a lot of my recipes, and also because it is so hot, you want to do things that are preferably a no bake, or if you do have to bake it, it's no longer than 40-45 minutes, maybe an hour at the most, because it is so hot during the summer months. So I've been working on a lot of recipes and perfecting a lot of recipes, kind of modifying, updating a lot of the recipes, make them be more versatile and very quick, and things that you can actually prepare. Like I said earlier, you can prepare it and it can be baking while you're enjoying lunch or while you're enjoying dinner, or if you whatever. If you want to do yours in the morning while it's breakfast or brunch and you still have something going when the peak of the day, when it gets really hot, you don't really have to turn your stove on. And that's kind of my approach. But I have done some no-bake peanut butter cookies, no-bake oatmeal raisin cookies, and all of these, even the brownie recipe, is a spin-off from, and I don't know if you guys remember this, the energy bars. And that's why I did all of the different variety of energy bars, which are just something that you can prep, and the base is oatmeal as well. in 5-10 minutes, and you have a nice snack around the house, or to whisk off to, an office party, or just have for the kids. But I took that recipe for those, which is the foundation, and I made the no-bake peanut butter cookies, chocolate peanut butter cookies, the no-bake oatmeal raisin cookies, and also I was going to do a no-bake brownie, and I still have it, but there's something that I'm pondering with it, whether I want to add or take away before I actually introduce it via video on YouTube. But this is a brownie, and I use the same foundation. I just, as you can see, I changed the amount or the quantity of the ingredients that I incorporated into it. And for this, I actually added 2 cups of whole milk. And of course, as I stated, you can use any milk. And if you want salt, you can add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So I kind of modify the recipes just slightly, and you can come out with a different variety of desserts that you can actually prepare and have on hand to serve. Right. So just FYI, in case someone wasn't noticing or paying attention, these recipes are all spin-offs from the energy bar basic recipe. Okay, and I do have a few more I will share throughout, as we go along. So just something to do for the summer that's going to be quick, easy, very direct to the point, and come out with a very wonderful ooey gooey chocolate walnut chocolate chip peanut butter and oatmeal. You cannot go wrong. What a wonderful combination, right? So I'm going to place you on a pause while this cools, and I'm going to whip the ermine just with my whisk. I'm just going to whip it and make it a little bit smoother and creamier, because I did store it in an airtight container in the refrigerator. So you just let it come back to room temperature, and then I will whip it with my whisk, and then I'll be ready to place on my brownies. So I'm going to place you on a brief pause, and I'll be right back with you as soon as it's time to remove them from the pan and place the icing. Hang tight. Okay, everyone. The brownie has cooled, and I did put the ermine icing that I made and I put on the mahogany cake. I did put that on this cake, as you can see. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just like a brownie. Right. And I did cut a slice. I haven't tasted it yet, but I did go ahead and cut a slice. It's really nice and flaky, just like a brownie. So now I'm going to taste it and tell you what it tastes like. You can see it a little better. And remember, it's not flour, eggs, and sugar. It's actually oatmeal. Okay. It tastes really good. It's very moist. Has a nice flavor. I like the walnuts in here with the oatmeal. It adds a nice kick to it. Okay. So now we have it. This is an oatmeal walnut chocolate chip brownie. It's oatmeal as the base instead of flour. You add your chocolate chips. You add a 1/3 cup of peanut butter. It helps for consistency and also flavor, because you can taste a little bit of the peanut butter. And then you add the walnuts. Flaxseed. Flaxseed is kind of replaces the egg. It's more so for consistency, so it holds together the ground flax seeds. So I have taken the energy bar recipe and I have recreated it into peanut butter no-bake cookies, also oatmeal raisin no-bake cookies, and now I have made a brownie. Of course, you have to bake it 40 minutes at 350 degrees. But it was cool today because we had like a lot of rain that came through yesterday, and it was cool last night. It was cool all day today. It's been raining off and on. So by it being cool, I figured I could do something where I actually had to turn my oven on to actually bake. And so I decided to go ahead and do the brownies, since I did have the icing left, or the frosting left from the cake that I wanted to use for the brownies. So this is it. And this is my first time actually making it. I thought about it, I wrote it out, and adjusted some measurements just to see if it would work. And this is the epic bake of today. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. If you just stopped by, something caught your attention, thanks for joining us, and I hope you decide that you will subscribe as well. I appreciate you. If you have a comment, please leave a positive comment in the comment section below. If you would like to share the videos, please share them with a friend, a family member, co-worker. Okay, so please like, subscribe, comment. That just helps to push the videos out into the YouTube algorithm so that others can see it, and it just says that it's something positive. All right, so thanks again for joining me. Allow me to enter into your space, bake, prep, or make the recipes that I make, my way. I greatly appreciate that. And also, take time out of your busy schedule, as I always say, to be nice to someone, be positive, pass positive vibes along. We never know in today's society what people are dealing with. They can snap at any moment. So just stay positive and stay focused, stay inspired, stay encouraged, and also pass those traits off on to someone else, and make their day a better day. And you can also do that your way, and that's by staying positive. So stay positive and be blessed, and I will see you guys on the next bake, the next prep, the next cook, or possibly even, as I always say, the next no bake. Thanks for joining me. Be blessed.